Hey, hello everybody. Super good morning to everyone. Kevin Chan here, 8:30 in the morning again. How are you all doing, man? Hopefully everyone's doing fine today, right? So we are at the juncture of still talking about the omnibus five art of the Chinese metaphysics, and right now we're gonna be introduced to this thing called art of destiny, which is in the five art. I would say is one of the more popular and well-known branch of the five art, right? So this one is a little bit more it shows up a little bit more in movies, so that's why you guys are more familiar with it. That's about it only. Okay, right? So morning, I can see Manuel is around, Pepper is around, MS is around. Super good morning to everybody, right? So great times. Right now is the 19th of February right now, right? So it's 19th of February right now, past the mid of February already. So again, as usual, no more excuses already, right? Every single holiday is basically finished already. Hello Kelvin, how are you doing? Right, so come, let me shrink myself down to the smaller version. We shall go on and take a look. I think this scene is very recognizable. If you've seen enough Chinese movie, you have seen this, one guy, traveling around holding the white color thingy with a banner, telling you that the fella know how to calculate your life, right? So in Chinese it's called 算命, right? So it's called 算命. 算命 means calculate your life, right? So this particular branch is very, very popular, and one of the biggest, I would say that one of the biggest negative impact they have given to the society is laziness. Right? Usually people who are very lazy, they like to do this destiny calculation, 算命, because why? Very convenient to blame the calculation, right? So it's because my life say is like this, no lah, nothing to do with what your life say, right? So but anyway, we're gonna talk about this particular small little branches, which is called the art of destiny, right? So 三一卜冥相, so 這個命術, right? So is talking about qi that's already given to you, so I call past qi, right? So come, let's move in and take a look at it, right? So art of destiny, right? So this is how destiny look like, right? So this is how destiny look like, right? So what is life, right? So what is basically life, right? Life is somebody who have a roof. So you can see that there's a roof, then got mouth to feed inside. Right? You have a life when you have a roof and got mouth to feed. It's called life. Right? So yeah, in the olden day when we are all farmers, having a roof above you and having enough food to feed the household is called life. It's very easy to understand, right? In the olden day. Right, so this is basically the meaning of life for the olden days. So right now we have a lot of other things that goes into under the roof, including your TV and Netflix. Right. So I think in the art of life destiny analysis, the 12 animal, which is your annual Chinese New Year. Thanks to annual Chinese New Year, by the way, it has become a steadfast, very common topic. At least once in a year in the new year, right? So I'm sure whether you are whatever it is, you are very, very familiar with this entire idea of what animal science is being put on to you, right? So I don't think that is something that's surprising. So by the way, all of this is under the arts of destiny. So it's one of the branch of the five art that we are looking at. Right, so then I'm going to introduce you a little bit only, don't get too excited with it. So I always say that all these five art work on the same principle of yin yang and trinity, right? So just to introduce you, so there's a lot of things in the art of destiny, the entire branch of art of destiny, right? So the two most common one, I'm just telling you, most common, they are not the only two, they are not the best. It is just because it is widely used, it's widely practiced, it's widely documented, that they become very common, it's become something that's very easier. So in terms of yin and yang, the yang side, you guys would have known 八字, right? The one that, I always talk about, one, there's something that look like this one, right? So, and also the other one, which is 紫微斗数. 紫微斗数 is belong to the yin side. Why? Why the 紫微斗数belong to yin? 紫微斗数calculation is all based on the moon calendar. or you call it lunar calendar, right? So again, right, in the Chinese metaphysics world, there are predominantly two main calendar that's being used. One calendar system uses the moon as the tracking point. The moon go around the planet Earth one round is, one tracking point. So that particular system, 1 month is always 30 days. Right, so they are tracking the moon because one circle of the moon around the planet is about 30 days. Okay, right, so then they go 30 day, 30 day, 30 day, 30 day, 30 day, 30 day, right? So the problem with is 1 year is not divisible by 30. Right, so there will always be lingering some number of days that is left out. Then after every few years you get an extra month, right? So which is called Yun Yu. Yun Yu means double month, right? So you see that there's a double month that basically show up every single every single few years. Okay, right, so that's basically it, right? So that's how the way is being calculated is using the lunar calendar, whereas there's the second set of people that believe in the sun. So this one, the solar calendar is where the earth spins around the sun one round. So that basically takes 365.25 days to do that, right? So it's more stable. So every month is either 30 days or 30 days or 31 days, right? So by the way, if you take 1 year and you divide all by 28, it's actually divisible by 28. So 13 months is every single month is 13 months. Every single month is 28 days. Why don't they change it to that? No idea, don't know, right? So and I don't decide the calendar system, right? So I just use the calendar system. Again, there are no superiority between this and this, right? So both of them is just a system that has been developed. So the Ziwei system is very very similar to the Bazi Sensha system. Actually, the star is the same, right? So you can see that the star that is being quoted is actually the same set of stars, right? So then they put it into 12 palaces, which correspond to the 12 months. Right, so 12 palaces correspond to 12 months. So each of the stars has their own set of definition. So when a certain stars go into a certain palace, they got certain way of doing reading, much like Bazi. Right, Bazi also is the same only, actually the reading. By the way, Bazi also got this 12 palace arrangement method. If you want, you can go and take a look. Last time China has no binoculars, right? No astrological equipment. How they know sun and moon move around the earth? No, they basically what they do is that they just do tracking only, because when you always see the same thing, your mind automatically tracks it. Your mind has this particular ability. If you always see the same thing, your mind will track it. So again, I always tell people is that at last time you got freaking nothing to do. So every day you go out and look at the whatever, right? After a certain amount of time, you get to know the rhythmic movement of it. So then you start to do recording. You don't need any binocular. The sun and the moon, you don't need any binocular to what we call right? So the part of it, we see that the sun is that somebody really painstakingly take a stick and measure the shadow of the stick. Yeah, somebody did that. Yeah, great for that particular fella. Right, so if they use 13 months instead of 12 months a year, right, the employee will have to pay employee 13 months a year. That is also pretty much might be, right? So again, different system, just the way that they're presenting is different, right? So they got calculation, and they actually work on the same basis, which is through the basis of observation. Every single one of it is through basis of observation. So that's why it takes a lot of time to develop a system. Right, you just need to observe everything. It's actually the same as how the modern psychometrics is actually being developed. Right, so if you don't know modern psychometrics, the one that you go and take a test one, MBTI, DISC, right? So whatever it is, you go and take a test one, right? So it's actually developed using the same method. You capture, let's say you capture a bunch of business people, all business people then you make them answer question. So if all the business people in question 2 they answer B, then when I come to you and you answer B in question number 2, chances of you having an entrepreneurship inclination is very high. So look like you'll be an entrepreneur. So that's basically how it works. Right? So same thing with this is that again, They have some observation after some time, they recorded the observation and they make claims that, if your parts chart look like this, bloody hell, it will be like this. Same thing also with Ziwei. If this one is in this particular box, you'll be like this. Right? But the data that has to do with the research is long gone, right? So you only can take whatever that they have written as to me, it's a guidance. Then it's your job to go and re-verify everything, right? So, you don't want to verify, it's fine, just use it. Like the question of why the chair is called a chair and the table is called a table. There must be a reason why chair called chair, table called table, but the data that causes the reason is gone already. So today, everybody no chair called chair, table, no table. Anybody contest? No, nobody contests. Same with your name also the same, right? So there must be a reason why, your name existed. Your father and mother must have a great reason to give you that particular name, but probably that knowledge wasn't passed down to you. But today, did anyone want to question why your name is your name? No, they just call your name. That's it. They call your name, you respond, is great, right? So same thing with Bazi and also Ziwei, right? So it's just information is like that. It's like that, you just take it at the face value. It's like that. Pretty simple, right? So what is basically the art of destiny is for? Art of destiny is to measure your past chi. So the destiny is very simple. They believe at the point where you are born, you are incepted with the chi of the cosmic. So whatever influence that the cosmic has, right, you receive part of it. So that become your basis of, you want to call talent also can, you want to call your characteristic also can, you want to call whatever it is also can, right? So in the, what we call in the financial world, I call this the capital. This is like whatever your dad give you as a capital, seed money. Right? So now if you take the 5 art and then if you change it, into the financial world, right? So the other day we talked about the Qimeng side, which is the divination side. The divination side is basically credit, future money, right? So if you are using definition, it is future money, right? So the destiny portion is your capital, right? So it's basically your capital. And then later when we talk about the feng shui physiognomy is cash flow, right? All three is basically money. Right, so the inner chi, right? Inner chi or internal chi versus external chi, which is the mountain art versus the medicinal art, is basically your money or other people money. So medicinal art is other people money. You're using other people's chi. You're using external chi to nourish yourself. So internal chi is your own money. Yeah, that's it. Right, so if you want to translate this back to the financial world, the chi is like money. Money is either yours or outside, it's either past, present, or future. That's all, right? So this is basically past chi, right? So, talk about past chi. So, how do you identify the chi? Because you cannot see the chi, cannot do anything. So, what you do is that you use your natal chart. You use your natal chart to basically just an identification. So, your natal chart, which is the day that you're born, is an imprint of potential. That basically tells you during this particular time what constellation, wherever, whatever star, whatever influential matter is around which corner, and it will influence what. Right, same thing like the example that I always give to people, right? If you observe this particular constellation appearing for many years, and every single time the fella appeared, the place flooded, you will start to call this constellation as a flooded constellation. Right, so when you travel that time, if you see the flooded constellation is on top of you, then you will tell the town folk that this place is going to be flooded soon. That's all, right? So people might find it to be magical because they don't know that you have observed this constellation for many years. They don't know that, and you also don't know how to explain to them. Okay, right? So if it floods, you're great. Now you become God status. Right, so same thing. So we use the natal chart as a imprint to tell us that during this particular time, this is going to be the thing, right? So so that's why when you're using the natal chart at that time, right? So there's no such thing as good chart, bad chart, good Ziwei chart, bad Ziwei chart, good Bazi, bad Bazi, no such thing, right? So like just give you an example, financial and the word fast and also slow. Does the word fast and slow got any meaning? Is fast inherently better than slow, or is it slow inherently better than fast? Does it hold any meaning to you, the word fast and slow? So that's why, sometimes, it's, where got certain thing called good or bad parts chart. You want to know good or bad parts chart, you need to know what do you want to use the parts chart for. Like, for example, fast and slow, right? If you're losing money, you want to be losing money fast or slow? If you are gaining money, you want to gaining money fast or slow? Why your answer is not the same? You ask yourself, why when losing money that time your answer is different than when you are gaining money, when the choice is still both fast and slow? Same thing with your parts chart. The intent of usage of the parts chart is basically very important. Understand? Right? So the component need to be there. Your parts chart is just your parts chart, is just an information. Then you need to couple it with your intent and also your action. All these three need to be together before it is useful. Right? So the inside of it is basically just to understand and interpret things. Understand circumstance, it's in terms of parts is to understand that under what environment do you thrive. So the next cost of action, which is the logical cost of action, is that if I know that I thrive in this particular situation, I will put myself in the situation whereby I can thrive. That's all only, ma. So there's no good and bad one. Right? Parts chart is bad is because you purposely put yourself in an area whereby you cannot thrive. Like, for example, if you're a monkey who is born in an island versus a monkey that's born in a forest, what's the difference? Both of them are monkey. But you know that the monkey is born in the island is going to have a better aptitude when it comes to water-based activity, swimming. The monkey that is born in the forest would have a higher aptitude towards tree-based activity, swinging, climbing trees. Right? So both of these have their own characteristic. But if I take both this monkey and put it in a savanna whereby there's no tree and no water, both these monkey also is useless there. Understand or not? Same parts chart, right? But all of them are monkey, right? So all of them are monkey, same parts chart. It's depend on where you want to put them. Then only you know what is the strength. So the entire idea is to understand strength weaknesses. Is not because of strength weaknesses. It's because if this is the case, where should I put myself? Right? Where should I actually stuff myself to give me the maximum impact? That's the entire things about understanding destiny. It's not for you to blame. Oh no, because I was born in this state. I got no, the one that very normal one. Oh, my chart don't have this element. Don't have this element, then don't do things that has to do with the element are done. Okay, right? There's no such thing as oh, you don't have this element, and then because you don't have this element, you're gonna be like this. No such thing. You just have to understand that element is not something that's relevant. That's it, right? Go and do something else. I understand or not? So if your country doesn't produce that particular material, right, then don't try to sell that material. It's pretty simple, right? So the yang part of it is basically has to do with interaction with circumstance, right? So so this is your luck pillar, right? So in terms of parts, so this is in terms of parts. So if you are doing ziwei, then the moving part is different. Ziwei also got ziwei's you want to call luck pillar is annual plotting. It's like again, it's very similar to Qimeng. Very similar to Qimeng. You got one destiny plot, then you can layer the month chart on it. You can layer the year chart on it. You can layer very similar to the Qimeng method of doing things. Right? So yeah. Right. So the luck pillar. So in parts is basically the luck pillar. So the luck pillar also is a qi component. So then you are looking at the luck pillar interaction with your natal chart. Right, so you can call the luck pillar as market demand. I always tell people the luck pillar is basically just market demand. So if the luck pillar is clashing you or the year is clashing you, it's a demand changes. Right? What you can produce versus what is being demanded is basically, not in a synchronized manner. Right? So yeah, it's going to be a bit difficult. Then what happened? You still have to decide what you want to do. It's not there stating there, crying. So that's why, what is your objective? Right, so then knowing what is basically happening around you, knowing how you react to the particular situation, the feedback mechanism there, right? So then you know what to do. right? If this is a skill set that you are lacking, right? So one thing about past chi, right? So now just now I tell you, if you are using the divination part, you are using future chi. You're using future chi mean that eventually one day you need to balance back the account. If you overdraw on your future chi, now past chi, no way for you to overdraw for it. It's already given to you. So the good thing about this is that the parts chart, you can add on to it. Things that you don't have, you can go and acquire. Right? Parts chart basically just a starting point. It's a starting point to tell you. Right? So okay, this is what is being given to you when the day that you were born. This is what you can saw that this is what your dad gave you. Right? It's your business capital. So this is your starting point. So when you have a certain amount of money in terms of the capital, the equipment that you can buy for your business is limited to your capital, but can you earn more money to buy more equipment? That one can be done. So that's the entire idea right now, is that I want to see that which foot do I start from in terms of my thing, and then next thing is to understand, look, like these are the few things that I was lacking when I started. So can you put in? Can, right? 命理係可以後天補救. That's what the Cantonese or the Chinese say. So art of destiny can actually be augmented by your effort. So which means that there's nothing is fixed. If a person luck year begin at his 50, now see what does luck year mean? Right? What does luck year mean? What does luck year mean? Right? Every year also is a luck year. It's just what the fuck luck is. You understand or not? Right? The way that you think about the situation need to change. See, Manuel, you still have the very old school way of thinking things. There's good, there's bad. There's no good, no bad. It is just things happening. It is just things happening. You are reacting to it. It's because your basis of thinking is still locked into the good and bad, evil versus noble kind of dual. Right? So you still cannot accept that everything is a whole. Good and bad happen at the same time. You need good, you need bad. Everything basically just come in a package. You understand that? Is next question there. What the hell you actually want to do? Right? What the hell you want to do? Then I find out what are the things that is required to get the hell done. Go acquire the thing. Go acquire the thing today is very simple. Two way. You learn, pay someone to do it. Two choice only. Okay? You want to pay someone to do it? Pay someone to do it lah. Done. Right? You don't have it. Right, augment by learning new skill, or augment by marrying right person. Marrying right person, learning new skill is the same thing. Learning new skill, you don't have it. Marrying right person, you marry the person who has the skill set. That's it. No different, zero different. Right, like talking about marrying a right person. Marrying a right person, employing a person, finding a partner is all same activity. The term marrying, employ, and also form a partnership, these are human words that has been invented to make you feel better. The activity is the same. I don't have the knowledge. My brain is empty. I go find somebody who has the knowledge in the brain. We work together. It's either I go and acquire the knowledge so that my brain is not empty so that I can get the things done, or I go and find another bugger who already have the knowledge. That fellow do the work. We work together. That's it. No different, right? So luck cycle can start at different age. Yeah, a different person. What's the explanation here? If that one you have to go and study the what we call the plotting method of the luck cycle. So the plotting method luck cycle just quickly tells you the age is determined between the point of your month of your birth to the next changing cycle. Right, so there's one of it which is the changing cycle of every single month. There's the the cross date, like for example, this particular month the cross date is on the 5th, right? So if let's say that you are born, let's say on the 7th, right? So then your luck cycle is gonna start at 2 years old. 2 days, 2 days is 2 years. Is that one is just plotting only. That one is just plotting only. Okay, can do, right? So it's calculated between the nearest your birth date, the nearest crossing cycle is either that side or this side. So you need to have the calendar listed it out to do the calculation. That's all. That's your, birthday. So depend on how you do your database segregation. Some even go until the minutes, right? So some doesn't go until the minute. So those that doesn't go until the minute, they just do 12 o'clock. It's all database calculation only. Pretty easy one. You just have to decide what you want to do and log the database and apply in the thing. Anybody who know how to program a Bazi plotter will know how to program that. So again, not me, because I don't want to go and develop that side. I just use whatever is available. Right, so if knowing good luck pillar are coming right at 30s, ground foundation well prepared for the 50s, and best way of looking into metaphysics. Yeah, correct. It's how you do the planning part. How you do the planning part. Right, so and also again, go back to the what is the definition of good? Wait, hello. You good is not my good. My good is not you good. That fella good. This fella good is no good. The word good is no use one. You have to define the word good. What the hell is my word good? Right? Yeah. Right? It's good for you doesn't mean it's good for that particular fella. Right? It's bad for this guy, it's not mean that it's bad for that particular fella. It depends. Right? So like for you say, oh, war is bad, but no what. Right? So the war had made this particular company, Boeing, Lockheed Martin, very rich because of war. Right? COVID has made certain pharmaceutical company very, very rich. Is COVID bad? To you maybe, to them now. What if your luck pillar clashes with the pillar on your Bazi chart? So just now I told you already, if your luck pillar is clashing your Bazi chart, mean that you are in a disagreement with the situation ahead. The demand that's coming from external is not something that you can handle. Again, two choice, isn't it? Learn how to handle the demand. Then if not, somebody else will handle the demand. That's all anymore. Right? You got customer come to you, they want coffee, your shop got no coffee. What happened? It's either you learn how to give the fella a coffee, or the fella will go to a place that has coffee. What is that? Nothing. Right? It's something that you can't do. Let it go. It's not yours. Okay? Right? If not, go learn. Right? Go learn and provide. That's all, Nima. Right? So for example, right now AI is coming up. You don't know AI. So how? Learn how to use AI. If not, somebody else who use AI will be better than you. What is there to argue? Right? It's because I don't know AI. That's why I cannot be successful. No, it's because you refuse to learn AI. It's not that you don't know AI. Right? Unless you tell me you open up the computer, right, and then the computer prompt out, oh, you are, part of the people, part of the population that, we have identified that is not allowed to learn AI. And then, okay, maybe you cry. Right? So it means that, if you come from a country whereby, you have zero access to internet, right? Yeah, you got zero access to internet, right? So then, yeah, maybe you can want to cry, right? But you and I are not that situation. Right? So that's why it's just for you to know the circumstance. Then you still have to decide what to do. It is still within your realm. Just that a lot of people has relegated this part of action when they are doing Chinese metaphysics. They have relegated this entire part of the action as a blame point. Okay, right? So this is just a very simple introduction to you, so that you start to understand and appreciate how Qi is connected in each and every one of it. So every one of it, the Qi is basically used in a different way. It has a different description, but it's the same stuff. Right? So it's all in Chinese metaphysics. It's just yin yang trinity. Every one of them is the same. So trinity here means that you need three components for it to work. Any one of these components lacking, it just collapses. And most people problem is really they couldn't put the three components together. Right? So they just rely too much on one component. So it doesn't work. Okay, cool. So take care, guys. Have fun. Right? So tomorrow I will see you again. Tomorrow, see you again. Yeah, tomorrow we'll see you again, and we will cover the last art, which is the physiognomy arts. Right? So then we have all these things get away already. No need to explain anymore. Then we can go on with the the normal type of things that you should understand. So at least you have a bit of a foundational knowledge on where it come from. Okay, that's it, guys. See you all.